formally begin things, I guess, my guest David Yuhico is a here we go. He's a composer, so that's film, video games. He also at times is a vocalist. He has done film scoring for Mary Mary Quite Contrary, also for a cooking app,
Is that
also
my
for a video
IMDb?
game. It's a no, it's your. I went to. You have an IMDb?
As I am, yeah.
Oh, I didn't do enough research. I went to davidyuhicomusic.com.
Oh God,
Bakit?
that's so old na. I haven't updated it in a while. Like
When you
since
say
20.
that was like what, last year lang.
Yeah.
So I'd imagine there's a lot
I
more
have a
that
lot
happened.
more projects, but it's not updated.
Okay. And speaking of a lot more new stuff, diba? You're also now a sound engineer / mixer / session keyboardist of Lola Amour. Also, by the way, David was my classmate in high school.
Yes, classmates
Arguably,
for
ikaw
4 years.
yung pinaka mukagat. You'd be the, no, I would say, yeah, I think everyone can agree. You're the naughtiest N boy.
But I wasn't mean though. I was just
Oh,
loud.
yeah. Yeah,
I
yeah.
was yeah.
I didn't say
Kasi
anything.
diba, no. just to clarify, because like some class clowns, like sometimes they're mean, eh. But
Okay.
yeah, wala lang. Just wanted to clarify.
How would you before we talk about your career, kasi there are different types of class counts. I'd like to believe, I don't know if people would say it, but I'd like to categorize myself as one of like a class count in a sense.
I would agree.
But we're different eh. You're the one
Yeah.
who I think it's also like your hair is curly, you're the last guy in the because you're Yuhico, so you have the last class
I'm
number.
always the last. I'm always at the back, so I'm always causing problems with everyone behind.
And I remember that you were the class B though. Okay na yun
Yeah,
no
last
one's gonna
year
take
na.
your diploma na. Basta I remember your class B too. And pati ikaw nga yung hindi ka nakakadala ng ID or yung mga... There's this thing you have to fill up eh.
Yeah, then I was like, di ba class B though, you have to be responsible like that. It is the last year na. And then you don't want to get like marks kasi di ba in Ateneo, for anyone watching, you get automatic poste for 1 hour if you don't have your ID. And I was like, fuck that. So I'm gonna lie. I'm not gonna say that you don't have your ID. Just
thank you.
Don't. If you're caught, just say that you hid it from me and I didn't know.
Dude, that is not a good example, but in our context kasi, I don't think that leaving, you know what, sige, Ateneo has a point. But as a high school student, I totally agree with what I turned a blind eye na lang din to what you're doing. And also, I never got a post. Did you ever get a post or jug?
I wanted to.
You wanted to?
Just to like bucket list. But no eh.
But you should have, I would say. If you didn't, if you were in the class B.
That's true.
Yeah. But what I noticed in high school with David, even if you were the class clown, our class is hella talented, I'd say, man. As in, I was the only dancer in class, so I think I shined in that aspect. But in the music aspect, there are a lot of people who like to sing, who play the guitar and everything. But you, David, you did everything. And I remember I'm not sure if you remember this. Remember we had a conversation before about your music. And I was like, I always kind of thought you were too hiya for your talent, or baka nanggagago ka lang na how come you don't post your music? How come you're not really showing the world your talent? And so I'm really happy to know that you went to Berklee College of Music in Boston for college, and then now you're doing what you're doing. Before we talk about the Lola Amour and everything,
I have a thing to say about that, Ren.
Yeah.
For me, kasi performing isn't like what the main thing that gives me joy. So that's why I picked a career that's like film scoring. You're still backstage. That's like my bread and butter. It's like you're in the perfect place of like, if you have a good film, it's not just you. You can celebrate with other people. And then if it doesn't do well, you have people to like cry with. And it's like, it's not just you. No. It's like, it's a shared thing. It's like you're working towards something bigger than yourself. Because when it's performing, it's like, it's all you. Then you can get in your head. And it's like not sustainable for me. As a, like, if you're the front man of the band. Yeah, parang, if I were Pio, I couldn't be him. So I'm glad I'm the keyboard player. Parang that I'm in a happy place.
Okay. In the character sense, because if you say you can't, me, I don't know, baka bias then. I think you can totally be a lead singer of any band. Any band would be lucky to have you. But I wanted to ask, on the point that you were saying, so you prefer to be backstage. It's more of the being with the group thing. Is it, or is it like you don't like the spotlight? You don't like the act of I have to perform. Is it that, or yung gusto mo kasi yung it's a collaborative, more of that group thing?
Yeah, I think it's a bit of both. I love that it's a group thing, and I like ano eh. Film scoring is basically in like its basest form is really just like a service industry. It's like you're working for someone, so
Mm.
they're the ones who give you the ideas, like, oh, I want this for my film, and then you kind of
Yeah.
interpret to like interpret.
Sir Marlon.
Oh no. Yeah, you,
Go on, go on.
you kind of interpret like what they
Uh-huh.
want, and then it's like for me, I can't, like, if I were writing like some sad lyrics, but
Uh-huh.
it's too personal eh. For me, it's like
Oh.
it's nicer to hide it behind something that's just music.
So do you prefer to get other people's ideas and turn that into music more than showing yourself? Wow.
Yeah, I think like putting my identity on my music is nice, but I do like it that it's their idea pa rin.
It's a
It's like
collaborative.
I can be sort of like, you care about it, but you have a sort of detachment from it,
Yeah,
and I
it's
think that's
work.
a good thing for like a lot of like composers or people. They get offended when the director's like, "Oh, I don't like this music. It doesn't." Not di naman like that. It's like, "Oh, this doesn't fit for the film." But for me,
Mhm.
it's like, okay,
They let's
if it's
change
wrong,
it.
it's wrong, and then let's change it.
Yeah.
I'm not so attached to my music na it's like I'm hurt.
Gets.
Parang ganun. So
Wow,
it's
that's
like
really
it's
interesting.
sustainable for me, like
Yeah.
emotionally and mentally and creatively.
Uh-huh. I think we're also at
Yeah,
the age. You're 1996 also, no? So
yeah.
20, or did you turn 25 na?
I just turned 25 like
Oh, I
last
didn't.
month.
Gaga, I didn't greet you. Happy birthday pala, David.
I got hacked eh. So
Oh yeah, yeah. What happened, baga there? Not that important, but you don't. You just got.
random. Got hacked from Utah. Something weird.
Ooh.
I don't
Okay.
know. And then wala na. Couldn't get it back.
Okay. Well, you have your, yeah, yeah. At least, buti na you made
I
a new
made a
one.
new
Kasi
one.
I tried to contact you on that. I contacted you on that
Ah,
account then eh.
really?
And then I asked if you could guest here. And then, well, buti na you said no. Kasi like today is when we have the
I
music
said
production
no.
series. And no, sorry. I thought you not, sorry, you didn't say no. You not checking it or reading or replying. I thought that was like, okay, baka busy siya
Ah, okay, okay,
or
okay.
whatever. So anyway,
Yeah.
good to know that I wasn't snubbed. But anyway, I was saying, I feel like we're in the age kasi 24, 25. Medyo nakikita na eh. We're not anymore really in the, as long as if you go in the normal, not right, the traditional trajectory of like you graduate when you're 21,
Three? I
21, 22.
Are you
How,
sure it's 21?
wait lang. You studied Ateneo for a
22.
year pa, 'di ba?
Yeah.
And then
Ah,
you went
okay.
4 years
4 years.
in Boston.
Berklee. So,
Oh,
23 ako
okay.
nag-graduate.
Yeah. Medyo nagkaano na tayo eh. Medyo nagka-distance na tayo eh. 2 to 3 years from that
Yeah.
fresh out of college grad. So parang I think we're sort of having a clearer sense on what it is we're supposed to be doing. And I was always hoping you'd go into music, but it's interesting that you went this path and in this way. Usually, when I think of magaling mag-music, you're a good performer, you wrote songs. Well, I was imagining it you would you'd make music, you'd put your music on Spotify, diba? You'd have live concerts. That would be the
Yeah.
more um I don't know the right
Traditional.
term, traditional, yeah, the one we're
Yeah,
more
parang
used to.
it's, yeah.
Where did you first get the idea to do that type? Because film scoring is
Yeah.
I don't know,
So,
I don't hear that, at least in
yun
my
nga
circle.
eh. So, in Berkeley, I tried a lot of stuff. And they
Okay.
weren't a good match for me. First, I tried songwriting. So that's the traditional route,
Yeah.
diba? That what you were talking
Yeah,
about.
and I remember
And
your. Sorry, I just have to cut you before. I mean, before I forget this.
go lang.
Spread the love. Do you remember that
Oh my
song? Because that's when
god.
I It's in high school. It was for a project. David wrote, hey, it was a bop, man. Dude, everybody in our class liked it.
That's also true.
That is
But
true. Good thing you admit
yeah,
that.
so I mean it was fun to anyway. I tried
Songwriting.
songwriting. It was
Sorry.
like such a not good fit because everyone was like so in their head, and then it's like this music is me, and like so Berkeley kasi the class setting isn't more it isn't like lecture. It's
Uh-huh.
more of like a workshop kind of thing. So every week you bring something, and then your classmates say what's good, what doesn't work. But I felt like in songwriting everyone was so too attached to their music to even hear
Other people's.
criticism, and like they
Mm.
would get defensive agad,
Because
and
it's them,
then
eh.
it was too personal eh. So I was
Ah.
like, okay, maybe this isn't a good fit. Then I tried production. I liked it more, but I was like, I'm at Berkeley. What's the parang the weirdest thing I can go to, like, so that I could get as much information. I mean, like as
Mhm.
much education as possible.
Sulit from the fact that you're in the States pa and in that education.
Yeah, and that was film scoring. And when I when I started like talking to people who were there, that was my vibe. Like backstage people, and then they
Mm.
come to class naka-sweater lang,
Mhm.
and then they just listen. And the profs also seemed like they were happy with their lives. That was number one. Eh.
Ooh,
Like
the
then I was like, oh,
profs.
so it's a sustainable thing because
Uh-huh.
they were all like happily married. They had families. The other ones were, well, I don't know, but yeah, they seemed the most happy.
That was the energy you're getting from your profs.
Yeah,
Wow. Okay.
yeah.
So were there any other parang tracks that you took and then you were like, this isn't for me?
Yung songwriting talaga, that really wasn't for me.
Yeah. Is there like a
But I didn't try
performing
anything
track?
else. Yeah, but I never even tried
Okay.
because I knew na from the start that that's not my thing.
But I saw that you were in this, but I don't know, please correct me if I'm wrong. If I'm wrong. Pletenitsa Balkan choir?
Choir,
Like
yeah. So that's
it's like bukas pagad but ano eh, ibang culture eh.
so if anyone watched like Ghost in the Shell, that's the type of music they use.
Okay.
Ghost in the Shell, the
Can you give
anime.
another
Anyway,
example?
actually I don't know.
Okay.
That's the only like
Sorry ako.
that's the pinaka mainstream na.
Okay.
But yeah, I was part of that, but it was a group eh.
Okay.
And I really liked the energy I was getting. So I was like,
With the group.
my
Okay.
people.
Now looking back at that, diba, you did things that you realize you don't want to do. Are you happy that you did those things? Are you happy that you went and found out that way na this isn't for me? That's why now you ended up with film scoring.
Yeah. I'm glad that I didn't go like straight to film scoring and then
Mhm.
did everything. I actually graduated in 4.5 years
Okay.
because I was trying stuff out. But yeah, I'm glad because like I got to know my interest and knew like, oh, this isn't for me. Maybe I'll try this. Maybe I'll try
Hmm.
this. So now I'm like very sure of myself and
Yeah.
like, yeah.
That's nice. A 25-year-old, you're sure of yourself. Did you ever feel any pressure with the pace of where you were in your career? I'm not sure of the pace of people in the music industry or in film scoring, more specifically. But like as a student and even up to today, do you feel any pressure to be like, I should know what I'm doing now, or do you have any of those thoughts?
I think like everyone does.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's always like a little bit of doubt in everyone. But nowadays I think I'm in a good place. And like I'm very happy where I am. I'm doing things I like. There's actually a I always talk about this. It's kind of boring, but there's a
No, it's not.
triangle of things.
Okay.
Like there's like three things of picking projects as a musician.
Okay.
There are 3 points of this triangle. There's one, does it pay? Number two, do you like what you're doing? The people creatively. And three, does it is this a project where you can meet people who can give you more projects?
Ooh.
So when you're starting out, yeah, if it just fills one of that, if it's just a dot,
Yeah.
yeah, fine.
Okay.
And
When
then
you're
when you're
figuring it
like
out.
getting when you're doing more na like it's a line segment na. But like when you have
Proud si
math,
orasyon dyan.
very proud.
Uh,
And then if it's like three na, that's like golden.
wow. And do you feel like you're hitting all three?
Right now I'm in the 2 to 3, so I'm
Okay.
really happy where I am. Yeah,
That's good. So
yeah.
where did you come up? Let's focus. Do you have a name for this triangle? Because I think it's
I
not
don't
just for
know,
music
nga. I
industry. Eh.
think I think someone just like said it once, and then it kind of stuck in my head.
Yeah, galing ah. Galing.
Yeah,
I think it can be applied to other things. Like if I would think of hosting, I just never thought of a triangle, but then those are kind of the main things in like there not everything's gonna pay you well, but if it's like a great opportunity for you to meet people, network and,
yeah,
and have potential future work, diba? Then go ahead.
yeah.
That's nice. How did your parents take this whole path of yours in the music? I mean, they knew it's because they knew
Ooh.
everyone knows that you were like in high school, you're in C-ball, you were
Yeah.
making the songs, diba? Spreading the love. But how did that conversation go?
That was actually a pretty tough conversation.
Mm.
I'll summarize it na lang. And
Okay.
like so
Hey, no, but take
um
as much time as you need,
we
man. I
no
want to
no no
know
no
the
no.
story.
Like to protect identities, and no, not
Ooh.
identities, like just like so that I can still go home.
Okay. But you just have one mom. I mean,
No, I mean I'll like soften the blow na
okay, okay.
lang.
Go.
So
Whatever version you have, man.
they wanted me to study abroad kasi they were living na in Singapore, diba?
All right.
So they were like, wag mong sayangin yung this opportunity. So if not in Singapore, try abroad.
Mm-hmm.
Then I was like, can I try music school kaya? And then I just
Oh,
I think my mom brought it up. She just searched like music school, and then Berklee was the number one
no
contemporary
way.
school. Eh. Then I was like, okay, I'm gonna try it. But like at that point, like before that, they sat me down. I was on the way to I think an N event or
Oh, were
something.
we high school then? Or what? Sorry, can
We
you
were
bring
still
me?
high school. We were
We're
still
high
high
school
school.
pa. Okay.
I think third year, fourth year. I don't know.
Okay.
There was something that we needed to be there early, and we were in casual. I just remember. I
Uh-huh.
don't know what it was. And then I felt weird. Now I was like, my mom was like, "Oh, me and dad will bring you, and we can go to Starbucks muna." And I was like,
Okay.
okay.
We
So we
don't
were
do that
even
normally.
earlier. Yeah. So I was like, okay, this is nice. Drinking a frap at the
Uh-huh.
time,
Yes,
and
sir.
then
That's the high school
they were like, boom. We don't want you. Parang, what do you want to do, ba? Parang ganun. I was like,
Okay.
I just don't want to be in an office job. That's what I said.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I don't know eh. Uh,
What's your
yeah,
initial
basta
reaction to that?
I couldn't react eh. I was just like
Okay.
more like stunned. I
So they,
couldn't really.
it was like a what do you want to do with your life sort of
Yeah, and
conversation.
also I didn't know rin eh.
Yeah, you're high school.
I was high school eh. So like yeah, I didn't know. And then I think after that my mom searched like music school something
So
something,
they
and
were
I was
open
like,
to the
okay.
idea.
I think because I wasn't open to the other ideas.
Okay. Well, it's like how you got into film scoring. You didn't like songwriting, so
Yeah, yeah,
so it
I
pointed
guess,
you
I
there.
guess.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and then that's what I did. And then I missed the application date, so I had to wait a year.
That's why
So
you
my
went
mom was like,
Ateneo.
"Oh, okay, mag Ateneo ka na lang because you passed anyway."
Oh.
And I was like, "Okay." So I did the whole year there. Yeah, while I was doing that, I was working on my application,
Uh-huh.
whatever. Yeah.
So how did you have to convince because it wasn't even something that you were like, this is what I want to do, mom and dad. I really want to do music. How
Yeah,
did
that wasn't
was there
it.
a turning point or was there I don't know a movie or something that because choosing to I mean okay studying abroad was on the table na pala for you but then
Yeah.
to really go there by yourself were you in Boston by yourself ba?
Yep.
How
I
did
was
how
in the
did that
dorms. Yeah.
How did that what changed? What clicked in you?
I don't know. It wasn't like a one time thing. It was over a very long period of
Mm-hmm.
time. Because my mom and dad, I mean, yeah, my family moved to Singapore when I was in. Oh, sorry, that's
Go
my
lang, go
piano.
lang.
In second year, they're already preparing me. Like, oh, maybe you'll do high school in Singapore. And I was like,
Oh,
but maybe they'll bring me back to first year because like
gets.
Philippines versus Singapore. Then they were
Yeah.
like, okay, finish high school. And then I was like, I still don't know what I want to do. So I was like, maybe I don't know, do ads or something, like go to advertisement. I don't know.
Advertising.
I don't
Okay.
know.
So iba, like the more traditional corporate jobs, I'd say.
Yeah, like creative corporate pa rin.
Oh, well, it's great that
Yeah.
at least you. So it was really like a subtle, slow, parang
Yeah.
realization. Do you
It was
remember?
very slow. Yeah.
Do you remember the day or the moment? If there were lang naman a moment, if there was a moment that you was 100% sure with it now, or all the way until you were in Boston, you were still like, nah, I'm not sure. We'll see.
For the first 2 years in Boston, I was unsure.
Uh huh.
Yeah. I was still like, oh my God, I'm spending a lot of my parents' money.
Yes. Yep.
American private school is very fucking
Yeah.
expensive. Then, like, I didn't know who to turn to. Like, I was actually pretty, yeah, I'm just going to say this now. I was pretty depressed the first 2 years of Boston.
Oh.
Yeah, because it's like everyone's cheering you on back home, but you don't even know if you're doing the right thing. And then so you can't like say like, "Oh, I have doubts," because like they're cheering you on. And then it's
Yeah.
like, who do you ask when everyone's like, "Oh, if you, yeah, go go go," parang ganun. So it's like, oh. Then once I got into film scoring, I was like, okay, this feels right.
Yeah. If it's cool to ask, that's a very tough. How did you deal with it then?
I didn't. That's the worst part about it. I think I kind of like shrank into myself, I think, for the first
Uh huh.
year and a year, maybe 2 years. Let's say 2 years it was tapering off, but like the first year, like I was barely like socializing with people, except for my roommate. Love that
Yeah.
guy. Um, Frank, if you're listening, I love you. Joke lang. Uh, yeah. Wait, sorry. What's your question again?
How that? Because that's you said for the first 2 years, diba? So I'm guessing the third year it wasn't anymore. I mean, what
Yeah.
happened in between year 2 and 3?
Actually, that's two things happened. First, I started film scoring,
Uh huh.
and that felt right to me.
Oh.
Second, I joined that choir.
Okay.
And they were all like good people, eh. And film scoring. And like those both felt very right. Like in my like
Yeah.
because the Balkan choir shit is like very high level.
Mm-hmm.
And for the first 2 years, because I was like catching up pa to my peers, eh. Because to them,
Okay.
they're all from like either an arts high school or they've been playing violin since they were like 3 years old.
Yeah, and then you're just
Then I
figuring it
was
out.
just like, I sang songs when we had Salu-salo.
When we
I
had
was like,
to, I used to sing Sunday morning every year. Oh
it's
man.
too true.
But
Yeah.
that's
So
ano,
yeah.
dude, that's a life, I'd have to say. I mean, it's just that
Yeah.
you were in an environment where it was a collection of people who kind of knew what they wanted to do na. So wow, man. I
Yeah.
mean, I know as your high school friend, sorry that you had to go through that. I don't know what I could have. I honestly, it's not like if you asked me for shit, I wouldn't have any music advice. But then, um, I don't. I just like to say that even if I'm in a different industry, I think that's totally normal. I've had a lot of those. Not obviously not exactly, but my brothers had the traditional corporate jobs, my blockmates, my friends, and then like I'm hosting, I'm doing a podcast.
Okay.
Like before I
Yeah.
got into mix pa, which was I think the first like stamp of approval na parang you're doing something right with your career. Like
Yeah.
I think it's something, and I think that's something that needs to be given more light to. Like it's I think it should be discussed a little more because it happens, eh. And
Yeah.
there's no like guide to how to like get out of that
Yeah.
funk. So with your example, with your story,
I
I
I
what
have to say though, na if I could do it all over again, parang I wouldn't. Like this was good for me
uh-huh.
as a person. Like the growth from that 2 year funk
Yeah.
was like ultimately good for me.
Ah, so
Like
you
who I
would
am
do it, you
now.
mean?
I mean,
But you don't
yeah,
want to do it again. Like you're happy, like no regrets. Are you saying no regrets, but parang it's not like I want to relive it.
yeah. But like I'm glad I went through it. Yeah.
Yon. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that's what's important naman. I mean, you go through a lot of shitty moments then, and then if you came out, diba, as a stronger, better person or more, you have your shit more figured out. Edi,
Yeah.
it's good that you went through that path. Pero yun nga lang, it's hassle. But anyway, what I was saying is, what I'm kind of getting with that story is, kasi I do want to look for more ways on how to get out of that funk, how to um yung discover what your purpose is, what you should be doing, and then like what industry it is. I think within
Yeah.
your case, you've kind of followed your emotions din eh. I think the emotions are
Yeah.
an underrated thing na we might think it's something that just happens in the moment. It's fleeting, parang it's just
Yeah.
for today. But you didn't feel like yourself in the songwriting thing. You wanted the
Yeah.
people, like it was the emotions. And then when you saw the lives of your professors, I mean, not you didn't, I don't know if you studied their lives, but just their
Yeah.
vibe. I think that
Yeah.
those are concrete indicators that people in different industries can use to parang see kung
Yeah.
ito ba talaga yung dapat kong puntahan. But
Yeah.
it's great that you found your way, man. And
Yeah.
you're happy now.
And the nice thing is, so Berkeley, because the class sizes are very small, so
Like
you
how
really
many?
get to know, like 16 sometimes. Sometimes it's like 8 people,
Wow.
and like so you really get to know your profs, and they really get to care about you. Sometimes they're there during your like recording sessions just to
Mm-hmm.
make sure you're okay, and then it's like it's a very supportive system in Berkeley. Like
Yeah.
that's the culture because it's the arts, and
Uh-huh.
everyone's a bit like, I hate my
Mhm.
music.
Yeah. Pero
Yeah,
hindi ka ganun?
not anymore.
Ah, you had a
Now it's
phase.
just. I mean, I think everyone hates their music a little bit, but like I think maybe second sem na of my film scoring classes, I was like, okay, I'll just show it. This is a workshop anyway.
Uh-huh.
If I want to improve, I have to show my
Yeah.
stuff. And like, if someone does well, maybe you should ask him what he did so that you can improve your own music. Parang
Gets.
ganun.
How did you I get that though. I used to always feel awkward whenever I heard my voice or if I see myself a recording of me or an episode of
Still
me or
feel awkward
anything.
with that.
I just got used to it, man. Like did you
Yeah.
are you used to it? Do you not watch
My
your stuff?
speaking voice, I still don't like hearing my speaking voice.
How about your
It
singing
feels weird.
voice?
I'm good at that. I'm like,
Ah,
oh
sana
damn.
naman.
Sometimes I'm like,
I'm
ooh,
good.
damn.
I
And
agree.
then the next day you hate yourself. And then
Yeah.
no. Whatever.
But okay, last thing I want to ask about that whole Berkeley
Yeah.
experience of yours. What would be the biggest lesson you got out of that?
Damn. That is difficult to answer.
Take your time, man.
I'm thinking of something that isn't cheesy. Like something that's like
No, it's any answer is fine. Without wrong answer,
no,
dito.
no. But I something that I actually believe in.
Ah, okay. Okay, I respect
Because if
that.
I just say like follow your dreams,
Yeah.
nah, it's like
Yeah. Kasi you went through a lot of challenges that
yeah,
wasn't just related to the career. I think this is more of it's a David Yuhico thing. It's not just David's job thing.
yeah.
It's or as a student. It's really, it defines a big part of you.
I have one. And I
Okay,
think
here we
this is
go.
what I completely believe in. Find the right people who are around you. And if you like what you do and you like the people around you, then it makes working on something like so much easier. You're driven to do well because you like what you're doing, you like these people. And the people who like a good support system, it's always like then you're fucking good. Then
Yeah.
there's nothing to worry about.
Wow, that's great. I never thought of that. I never thought of the people. I mean, it's always in the back of my head. Like, yeah, of course you want to deal with some good people, but that's so important. I mean, just with your example, that's so important pala. Now with the people thing, now we can finally bring it up. You're not. Are you an official member of Lola Amour or
So right now, I'll say what I am right now.
okay?
I am their session keyboardist,
Uh huh.
and I am mixing for them and also engineering.
Oh, that's a lot. I mean, you're the guy in the booth behind the.
Yeah,
You're
yeah, yeah.
both. You're
Yeah. The keyboards is just like maybe 10% of my job.
yeah, and that's the only thing
Really,
people
just
see.
like if you're in the studio, you pay per hour or per
The
day,
rent, the
and
people.
you have to like you have to be like, okay, this didn't work. Let's retake. Let's retake. Do we have enough all the coverage na? What can I fix in post? What do I have to
Ah,
retake?
gets.
So like you're already like piecing all the pieces together in your head. And then you're
Mhm.
like, oh shit, if I didn't record this, wala na.
The
What can I
whole
do?
thing. How did this
Yes.
whole thing start? How did this whole Gogamore thing start?
Funny story. Because it's through our mutual friend,
It's funny nga.
Junie
Joke lang. Ay,
Cruz.
ooh, good. Okay.
Yeah, Junie and I, our mutual friend, mine and
Yeah.
Anton's mutual friend. We used to play Dota all the fucking time, like until 5 a.m. in blue skies. God,
Classic.
it's and that's never mind.
Yeah.
So, when Junie went to UP Manila, he was with Pio. He met Pio, and of course, Junie's bad influence spread to Pio, and then he started like
Playing
naging
Dota.
Dota addict rin. And then when they
Wow.
finally got to Diliman, then yun, I'd play with Pio all the time.
Oh, I
Yeah.
Dota, Dota, not music. Okay.
Dota. Yeah. Actually, I think the first time I actually played with Pio was 2017. And then Pio went into film sa UP Diliman. And
Okay.
then I actually scored this film in 2019. And then when I came back, he was like, "Oh, Martin, the keyboardist, went back to Korea during COVID, and then
Mm.
nag-military siya. And the mixing part happened when I was like, Pio, the demos that I'm I'm always very direct. I mean,
Okay.
I'm not there to hurt your feelings, but I'm direct when I'm giving comments about music.
Music. Okay.
Yeah, because it doesn't help if you lie.
If you're just nice.
Yeah, you have no value if
Uh-huh.
you're just gonna anyway. So I was like, yo, the demos that you posted on YouTube, parang, can I just mix it even for free as your friend? Because
Wow.
I want this to actually sound good. Then I was like, because it was kind of mixed bad. So I was like, I'll do it for free. Just don't worry about it.
When you go on Spotify, Gaga More, are they touched by David? Are those songs touched by you or
Sounds so weird, but their first EP actually I remixed it na. And I
that's why
think
it's
that's what's
revisited?
on. No. So when they were doing the revisited, they were like, "Oh, we're gaining traction, ganun ganun." So when our fans listen to our old music, we don't want it to sound like trash.
Uh-huh.
So they had me remix their entire first EP. Pwede ba Fools,
Yeah.
maybe and
Where can we find your version? Or they're the ones we hear
Um,
on Spotify?
you're the ones you hear. If you're streaming it, if you
Oh.
downloaded it, I think you have to re-download it.
Yeah.
Kasi,
When was
yeah,
this?
2020, I remixed
Oh.
it.
You're the band since.
Uh, Helping out since 2020.
Okay, so it's a pandemic thing. It started.
The revisited one, I was the one playing piano for Please Don't Leave and Fools.
Mm,
Yeah. Then I helped arrange
wow.
it with Pio and yeah. But I was
It-
in New York pa, so it was weird. I had to stay up till 9 a.m.
Last thing on the band. Is this something
Okay.
that you expected you do? Kasi
Not at
you.
all. Not at all. I
Uh huh.
hated. Okay, so there's sort of like a bad band culture in Berkeley because everyone's like doing. they're kind of like they're really good for their level. Like, you know,
Okay.
because it's like if you're amateur and then you're really magaling,
Na
once you go to
amateur.
the intermediate level, you're bano, and
Okay.
then now you feel bad again, and then if you're intermediate na advanced, you're like, oh, I'm better than everyone, and then
Hindi
you
naman you
get
got
to
to
the next
advance.
level, and then you're
Sabot
like,
ka agad.
I'm a noob.
Okay,
So
okay.
I think I'd classify Berkeley musicians as intermediate advanced.
Okay. They're almost
So
wait, intermediate and advanced or
no,
intermediate
no, no,
advanced?
intermediate, high intermediate.
Okay, okay, gets.
So it's like for their level, they're like, whoa. But there's a sort of like it's called being vibe checked. So
Okay.
you come in as a sessionist, like you're gonna sing. If you're making mistakes, no one says like, "Oh my god, you're such trash." They
Uh.
just like look at you and they're just like trying death stare you. Then you're just like, "Fuck!
Ooh.
Why did I make a mistake? Why don't I know my parts?" Parang ganun.
Oh,
Yeah,
passive aggressive.
yeah, that's really the.
Shoot. And you did I'm guessing you made a bunch of mistakes in your time there.
So there was a yeah. There was this thing na so this drummer asked me to play for him. So they're usually like so a drummer would want a show, so he'll just hire out his classmates and students to
Mhm.
fill out all the parts. And then so vocalists in Berkeley are notoriously flaky. They're always like, "Oh yeah, I can come," and then like
Then they
1 hour
don't.
before, they're like, "Oh, I can't come. Sorry, I was like doing something." And then
Okay.
I was the only one available, so he was like, "Oh, do you wanna rehearse now your part, even if it's for tomorrow?" And I was like, I shouldn't have said yes
Uh-huh.
because then I was like, I felt bad for him, and I was like, okay, yeah, sure. I'll start studying now. I only had like 45 minutes left. So I did well on the first two songs. I didn't reach the last song. So I didn't know it for sure.
Uh-huh.
And then basta I got vibe checked hardcore.
That's a term, vibe check. You get vibe checked. It's when you
Yeah,
make
you're
a
just like
mistake and oh wow.
don't know your parts. And it's like messing up the rest of the band and making them look bad. And I
Okay.
didn't know because I wasn't performance eh. There's like a certain like way of doing things. They're hand signals eh. Like,
Okay.
oh, this means like we're going to
One big fight.
the
Joke
end
lang.
of the song.
Okay.
Like there's so many like vocalist hand signals that I
Okay.
didn't know. Like, oh, go back to the bridge. Parang ganun. I didn't know that I was
Mm.
like, what am I doing with my
Well,
life?
you were so last minute din naman eh.
Yun nga eh. But they didn't know that.
Ah, okay.
Only the drummer knew that. So he was like supportive. But
Ah,
everyone was just
okay.
like, why
Vibe
the fuck is
checking you.
this noob
Ooh,
here? And I
this
was like,
Asian.
ah.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, maybe band stuff isn't for me.
Well,
And then now
that
I'm
band stuff, like that
yeah, I
specifically.
guess.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But yeah. But now I'm doing band stuff. So
Yeah, and you're
the
happy here.
irony. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Very, very much. It fills all the triangles for me. I like the people.
Hmm.
I get paid for what I do.
Yeah,
And then I like it. Yeah. So
that's
yeah.
something. Yeah, I think that's also something very important to you. The fact that when I say kasi that you're a class clown, I think it's you like the ano eh. You like the camaraderie, the being with people. If in the class counts, me, I like to make someone. I like to make a spark. I want to make someone laugh or offended or something. Diba? I don't
Yeah.
know. Just the look on Sir Maravigas's face when I say something that hit him in a certain way. That's
yeah.
annoying. That's my
Yeah.
purpose in those. Pero yours is more like the
Yeah.
Philip, diba? You want them to be kind of in on it. You don't even
I
really have
kind
to
of
say
want
anything.
I want to infect them with like being bad rin eh.
It
It's like
you
it's so good when everyone is misbehaving. It's such a good feeling.
Gago. But if it's really okay, you're a different kind. That's something I would just imagine that I'd want to do. But like once I get near there, I'm like, fuck, man, I feel
It gives
bad.
me a lot of joy.
Wow,
Like
gago ka
misbehaving, just
talaga.
being loud, but not like being mean. That's like that crosses the line. As
Yeah,
long as you're just like
you just wanna
annoying
you
and
just wanna start a ruckus. You don't wanna hurt
yes,
anyone's feelings.
yes, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Interesting. Wow,
Like
look
just
look where we are
annoy them
now.
a little bit, but not enough to hate you. Just
Yeah.
enough to find you
Yes.
also. Yeah.
That's you. I think that's you. I don't think anybody in our class hates you, but everybody has been annoyed at you. 1 point.
That's also that's so true.
Yeah, yeah. That's I think that's where we're kind of different in the terms of being a
Yeah.
class clown. Okay. Um, moving on. We're gonna play a little game para later, but before that, there's one last
Okay.
topic I wanted to ask you um about the pandemic. This is, I mean,
Yeah.
we just kind of got out of college. We're still figuring out the job stuff, and then bigla
Yeah.
yung pandemic. And then you were in New York. I saw you. We were in New
Yeah.
York. We got to hang out there for a
Yeah.
day,
And you
and
snuck up on me. Remember? And
yeah,
you put it
shoot,
on
I
your
still have the
story, but
video.
then I was like, fuck, I'm getting robbed.
Yeah, classic David. Wait, did you ever get robbed though?
No. I
No.
got hacked.
Okay, Utah. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, it
Whatever.
happens also in the. It's not. I wouldn't say it's a unique, American experience. Oh well.
True.
Hopefully you get your unique American experience sometime. Anyway, so you moved back to the Philippines from New
Yeah.
York. I can imagine that that's a life change. It's your living setup and everything. But career wise, like, how was it? How was your career shaken by the whole pandemic, and how did you like deal with it?
Ooh. So, um, in New York, kasi, the reason why I moved to New York actually was that for video games, there's like maybe 4 meetups a week on just like
Ooh.
networking things. And I finally was getting into my groove. Like, oh my god, I actually like going here, meeting new people. I don't usually like meeting new people, but like this one, it's like because video games is very interdisciplinary. So you can meet like an animator or maybe a
Okay.
writer. It's
Iba-ibang
not like
field.
all music. So like there, it was so fun just like asking people. And then I started getting projects. I was like, ooh, I like this. I can do this and maybe like finally get my visa done. But I was just starting out there.
Mhm.
I moved to New York in October 2019. And I
Yeah,
started getting
that's
in
when
the
I saw
groove.
you. October. I think you were still like buying furniture and shit when I saw you. Like
Were
you
you
said
in
that.
October ba?
I think I was there October. Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
right
Then
before
I had
Halloween.
just moved.
Na parang you said
Okay.
na
Yeah,
the
yeah.
next week you had to buy a couch or a bed or something like that. Then you had to bring on a subway.
Okay. Yeah.
Anyway.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So I was just getting in the groove. I started going out. I was like, I don't want to do this. But I was like, you know what? I'll force myself. Then I started going in like December. Then I was like, oh wow, I'm finally getting in my groove. I like this. And then pandemic.
Boom.
Everything
That's just a few months.
locked down. No meetups ever again. I don't know if it's resumed because it's all in a website. It's like compiled
If you want to
for
be a video game um
yeah.
composer, so is that a term? Video game composer?
If
Um,
you want to meet up for video games, period. So it's
Not
yeah,
just the music, even if you want to
yeah,
make a
yeah,
video
yeah,
game. Oh,
yeah, yeah.
really?
Yeah.
New York is a
So the
video game hub, like a video game place.
indie,
Indie
indie,
games, like the
yeah,
Serpent one. I'm guessing that's from is that from New York?
yeah. No, that was actually like a school project that turned professional.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was just like
What's
a
the name of the
collab
game
between
again?
Berklee, Serpent Showdown.
Serpent Show.
It's
Have you ever
gonna
played it
it's
or?
actually out in Steam, but it should get out on Switch soon. But it's it's
Oh,
it's matagal eh kasi
I have that.
it's online.
Okay.
Oh nga no, me too. Somewhere.
Yeah.
Anyway, it takes a while to get approval for
Yeah.
online.
Okay.
So yeah,
Okay.
it should be out.
So
What were we
anyway,
talking
sorry.
about?
Going back to your how.
Ah yeah,
So all
yeah,
the
yeah.
meetups were canceled.
Yeah, so I couldn't find new work
Mm-hmm.
in that video game field, but all my old work was still good because they don't need me there. My projects, like the Serpent Showdown, which I was still doing, was based in LA all this time. As a composer, naman, you have the luxury of
Be
always
anywhere.
being remote. So like I was still doing that, and then I was yeah, I was kind of out of work. I was just doing that for a while. So because Serpent Showdown, they really liked me. They added me to their other projects. So there were three more
Oh.
video games. One of them was just picked up by. I'm still working on it now. It was picked up by Niantic, which does Pokemon Go.
Oh, what's the name of the game?
So
If are you allowed to say?
I don't know.
Okay, good to
Basically,
know.
it's also AR, which uses your phone. Diba Pokemon Go uses
Yeah.
your phone and
What does
its
AR
camera.
mean?
Augmented reality instead of
Okay.
VR, which is there.
Ah,
It's
so parang
augmented.
you use the camera on your phone?
Yeah, diba Pokemon Go?
Yeah,
You
yeah,
use
yeah.
Go,
Uh,
Go,
Naging ano?
Pokemon Go.
Si Pokemon Go, si Pokemon Tan.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. So it just got picked up. I'm still working on that, but it's very early production, so I don't know when that will come out.
Are you still adjusting now from the pandemic, or are you parang goods with this work setup you have now?
I miss meeting people and
Oh,
like
for sure.
yeah, I mean I guess everyone does. But like for work, I'm cooped up in my house anyway.
Yeah.
So like yeah. I guess it's the same.
Okay, now we're gonna play a quick game.
Okay.
If you're familiar with Tito
Wait,
Boy
I'll just
Abundas,
do
go
this.
gang, go gang.
I
Make sure
can hear.
you okay ba yung camera natin? Okay ba yung camera?
Yeah.
Okay. Nice your art in the back, by the way. Ah. Did you make that?
Art. My art in the back.
Yeah. That
This?
the painting was is that painting?
It's not a painting. That's the I'm drunk I love you poster.
Oh, okay. What is that? How? Why is it? Do you have an emotional?
My that was my
You're
first
there. You're there.
paid
You're there.
gig.
You're there. Pala.
Yeah,
Fuck.
yeah,
Fuck.
yeah,
Sorry.
yeah.
What did you
Yeah.
do there again?
I wrote a song that the I knew the director. He wrote lyrics and like a long time ago before the show even.
Uh huh.
Then he was like, "You want to put music to this?" I was like, "Okay." And he was
Right.
like,
Oh.
"Oh, I showed this to my producer and she wants to put it in the film." And I was like, okay." Then they put it in the film and I was like, "Oh shit." So that happened and
Wait.
like
Sorry.
I
Which
still
song is
sucked
this?
hardcore. When they're in the car and then
Oh.
it just plays. I think I
Okay.
have 35 seconds in
Okay.
that
Wow.
movie.
That's something. All right. You know what? I'm a bad
Don't
friend
look
in
for
that
it.
sense. No,
Don't
I
look
haven't
for
watched
it.
the movie yet. I haven't watched the movie. I know it's a great
It's fine.
movie. I
It's a
think I
great
got
movie
kind of
though.
it's a great way. I think I got kind of because Junie was telling me, oh, I love it so much. It's cool that he said he watched it in the movie theater like 7 times, and he was so
Uh
like
yeah.
chill about
Kasi
it. Like he
he
was so proud.
relates to the ano eh. You'll see the Junie in the main character.
Oh, the season clarity. Joke lang. Mm. But okay. Wow, that man, I totally forgot. So that then pala, I'm drunk, I love you.
Yeah.
Are
Yeah.
there other Filipino films you've done?
Um not including student films, there's just one more, but it's just like my song was playing in the credits, I think.
What's the name of the
I don't
movie?
know. Pake, please
Okay.
care. Yeah. I'm not sure nga eh. Like, basta I wrote it. I was yeah. I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
know.
this is part of it.
I
You've ano
think
pala, before we play your game, you've kind of developed an accent on the content, no?
very much. I have to suppress it
Really?
consciously.
Oh, so that's your natural na. I mean,
This
right
is
now,
as
this is as Pinoy as you can be.
yes.
Wow. So it's wow, okay. Because you were there then for 4 years, eh? So I'd imagine that you know,
And when I
kind of
arrived, I immediately switched to an American accent. And then
I heard that.
what?
I heard your switch, your American accent. I don't know. I just
Oh
felt something
yeah.
different.
So and then when I got back, I think someone commented and I was like, oh
Yeah,
no, okay,
for
I'll be
sure.
Pinoy. And
Yeah,
then I
for
was like,
sure.
okay.
I
But when
probably
I
commented
talk
that
to my
once.
American friends,
You
I'm
have to
back.
switch it back. That's
And
is that
then
tiring?
no naman. It's like it's automatic naman. And then is there just some words that come out as very American?
Like when you said pake, I was like, "Oh, that's an American pake, diba?" You didn't say it
Did I
that way,
say
no. But
that?
no,
No.
you didn't say
Okay.
pake. But then like it wasn't pake. It wasn't, diba?
Ah, yeah,
It
yeah.
wasn't that hard. Okay. Anyway, if you're familiar with sorry, if you're familiar with Tito Boy's fast talk here on
I
the
am
Anton
not,
on One
but
pod.
go for
Oh,
it.
you don't know fast talk. Okay, it's
I
cool.
don't.
So
Sorry.
anyway, there's this famous game called Fast Talk. I
Okay.
in my podcast on the Anton on One podcast, we're gonna play FausTalk. So how that works is, I'm gonna ask you a question.
The
The rule
pun.
is I'm gonna
Okay.
ask you a question, no wrong answers. I'm gonna ask you a question. You answer the first thing comes to the top of your head. Okay,
God,
it's
I'm
not that hard. It's
scared.
not that hard. All right, the first one would be
Okay.
vocals or instrument.
Vocals.
Oh,
Shit, that was
really?
difficult. Yeah,
You
I still love singing.
okay? All right.
Yeah.
Live or recorded?
Live.
Live. There's a different
Yeah.
magic, ba?
It's yeah.
Do you
Yeah.
do you like
Everything recorded is live naman in some sort of the way.
yeah, well, wait, what do you think though about how cuz you're a mixer, so correct me if I'm wrong, a song isn't really just a person sings the whole song. Like he can just sing the first part and then
Yeah.
that's what's recorded, then next tomorrow he sings this part and that's what's used. Like
Yeah.
so what we're hearing isn't necessarily a performance. Like a
Yeah.
live performance, rather. Not, it is still
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
performance. When you last thing, when you say you love the live, is it the what is as a performer? You performed also. What is your favorite interaction with the audience? Because there's the cheering with it's so loud, diba? For me, my favorite is if I'm hosting. I had a few of these when everybody's quiet, but they're as in you can feel their tension.
They're
Like
looking at you.
the entire Irwin Theater is just like one small classroom bigla. Parang ganon. That's my favorite. Ano.
Okay. Um uh, when I used to perform, I
Mhm.
don't anymore. Yeah, but when I used to perform and then it's like people are just quiet, but they're all just like, oh my
Okay.
god. Yeah,
They're
I
just vibe.
guess.
That's the good vibe check.
They're just vibing. Yeah.
Mm,
They're not just
mm.
like, yeah.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay.
Yeah.
Next one. One main stable job or many side jobs?
Ooh. Ooh.
Ooh. I don't know how to
Side.
answer that. Many side jobs. You like that?
Actually, I don't know. Main. I'm more and more I'm thinking main. Like
Yeah.
over the years, I'm just like, maybe I just want a desk job where I'm doing something regularly and
Or
like it's
music.
separated from my yeah, of course, music. Yeah.
And then you just do other things on the side.
And I ended up on a desk job, which is so funny.
Yeah.
Composing, you're on the desk
Oh
all
nga
day.
eh. But
So
we
it's
never
like,
call it a
I don't
desk
want a
job.
desk job, mom. Here
But
I am.
it's not the desk naman that you don't like about the job of a desk
Ah,
job. It's
okay.
I'm
Okay.
guessing is it the routine, the parang
Yeah.
monotony of like
Yeah.
it just
Yeah.
being the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Next up, I think I know the answer to this now. Sold out Coliseum or state of the art recording studio?
Ooh. Sold out.
Sold out. Iba pa rin yung energy. Okay. Last few. Curly or straight?
Curly, duh.
Ooh, okay. Shaved or waxed?
Oh, I don't know about that. Waxed? I
Okay.
don't.
I just gotta ask this
That's a
one. Lights
weird
on or off?
on.
Oh, okay. Last two. What if there's something that you can tell high school David? What would you say?
Oh, get ready to get wrecked.
Oh, that's pretty
Because the
accurate.
first 2 years, you're gonna get wrecked.
You're gonna get fucked. All right. The last. What do you want to tell 30-year-old David?
Oh, damn.
That besides oh damn, I'm
Future.
pretty sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Hope you're
I'm
still
assuming
alive.
hopefully, yeah. But di siya yung still alive, gago. Sana naman, no? Sana
Yeah.
naman we're friends pa din. I'll get you. I'll on your 30th birthday.
Okay. I hope that like the hope you have right now for like the things you're doing is still there. Like you're still like what you do. You're still like fulfilled creatively. You're
Mhm.
not like a starving artist. Hopefully like you're not a starving artist anymore. Like you can pay off
Yeah.
more of like your bills. Yeah. Parang
Okay.
ganun.
Not too
I
dependent
don't know.
on the parents and stuff. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Last thing I wanted to ask though,
Yeah.
um,
Go for it.
25-year-old in the next few years, because we're still in the 20s. Like, what is your plan, if you have any? What is your plan moving forward in these next few years?
Well, ooh. Um, I don't like saying plans out loud in case they don't go my way.
Okay.
But
You don't have to say it then.
no. But maybe I don't know. But not following that path, it's always like a winding road, especially in the arts. There's no like straight path
Yeah.
anywhere. So it's like um right now, like I don't know if you saw my post before, like I applied for Ubisoft as a
Okay.
sound designer
Uh-huh.
for a game. Like Ubisoft so
Did you
big.
get it?
And then they were like, "Oh my god, we love your application, blah 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 blah." But
Oh.
COVID. And I was like,
Ah. Where are
then they
they
were like,
based?
once it's over, we'll process your application. And I was like, maybe you're just like
Be
yeah,
nice. Pwede. Wait, where are
yeah.
they
But
based?
so I applied in a lot of places. They liked my application in Singapore, but the day I applied, they found someone na. So they just closed the application. Like I was the last one, but they said that they liked my application. So I was like, oh, okay, maybe I'll try elsewhere. I tried Europe. I think this one was in Sofia, Bulgaria. But
Mhm.
it's like if it's a game studio, they all speak English. They do it in English. And that
They all
was the one
speak
where
music also.
I mean, this is a game,
Yeah.
and like this is sound design, which is different, naman.
Okay, okay. Sorry. Yeah, yeah.
Which I also do, pala. I do
Yeah,
sound
the
design as
we
well.
never. It's okay. We don't need the.
It's
You have
fine.
like the sound effects and the. Yeah, you do that.
Y-
So anything your ears, I would say, are special,
I don't think so.
are trained well. They have
Are trained.
are
Yes,
yeah yeah
that's a
educated
good
ears. Yeah.
educated ears.
So yeah, the
Nice one.
Ubisoft thing. Hopefully.
Yeah, so Montreal in Canada is like an emerging hub of video games,
Okay.
and like everyone's moving there.
Mhm.
Eventually, I do want to move there.
The Canada.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh. Well, it's not like I get to see you much here. Anyway, but okay, Canada. How about outside of career, wife, kids, anything?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, it's still in the
Wife
plan.
and kids. Yeah,
Yeah.
but like that is so far off in my brain.
Yeah.
I'm not even thinking of it.
Yeah. I think that's fine. I think that's fine. We'll talk about when we're 30, then we'll be like, shit, wala pa. Wala pa. Then we'll have that discussion then.
I'm pretty sure like I'll be post 30 if when I have
Oh
a
yeah.
kid.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's just
It's a
it's
generational thing.
it's a generational thing, but also at the same time, man, I don't know what type of discrimination this is. The hairstyle you have in the facial hair, it gives me the vibes of someone who's like just doing their own shit, man. You can like turn 30 and be like, you know what? I want to go to grade school. I don't know, something like that. And it's gonna be like, oh,
Go to
okay,
grade
what an
school.
intellectual. I know that's just the vibe that I would
I
say.
don't understand the go to grade school though. That
But
sounds
you know how
creepy.
but you know
But
how like it
okay.
okay, yeah, maybe not okay, I should have changed it. I want to learn I want to learn how to speak Latin. You something weird is what I mean. Sorry, not a
Yeah,
grade school.
that's,
Yeah, probably. No, you know how
grade school
Saint
doesn't make sense.
Ignatius
But yeah.
Saint Ignatius is my example. You know how Saint Ignatius like went to grade school after the war and he was like 40.
Oh,
That's
did
what I
he? I didn't know
don't know.
that.
I don't know. But then he went to school again and all his classmates are
Ah,
I think
okay. I
that's what
didn't
they
know
were
that.
telling us eh. Kasi as a grade school kid, I was like, wow, Saint Ignatius did this shit, diba? Parang,
Oh,
let's
I
go. Yeah.
didn't know that.
Okay. Well, ako rin, I'm not sure if my facts are correct. But anyway, so those are your plans. Last thing I'm gonna ask though is if I'm not sure if you're open to this though, because I know that you're a freelancer. If you're open to
Go lang.
people like to working with you, or I might have a listener there who wants their music to be blessed by your ears and your fingers.
Yeah.
Where can they check you out?
Oh, they can just contact me. Email me. Yeah, send me your stuff. But yeah, I'm always open to working
Mhm.
with new
No,
people.
where
It's
do they
always
email you, David? They don't know your email.
because it's
Okay,
music
wala
is
pa.
such a word by mouth thing, eh. Because it's like
Ah,
you can't trust someone who's just like you don't know. You have to hear it from a friend who's like, oh my god, I use this guy and like I really like his stuff.
okay,
So
okay,
it's like
okay.
it's really like it's always like that. But honestly, like so much of the work you get is through Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah. So
I'm not even
where
kidding.
can they check? Or do you not want to promote your Facebook and Instagram?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Facebook and Instagram.
that's what I'm
And
doing.
okay. I didn't know. I thought you wanted something more concrete than social media.
No. Yeah, what is the social media of David Yuhico?
Okay.
My fault. I
Ah,
didn't make it clear enough. Okay. If people want to get in
okay.
touch with you and they want to, your magic, where can they reach you online?
Uh, DM me at David Yuhico.
Boom.
That's my Instagram handle. Probably contact me on Facebook. I think I'll make my settings public again because it's a new account that just my old one got fucking hacked. So yes, just
Yeah.
contact me. Love to work with you. Call me.
Boom. Okay. That's it, man. Thank you again so much. And
Okay.
as someone who got to watch you perform, diba? And to see your kagaguhan, I think this is it's tying of your skills. Like it's one thing to be talented and stuff, but then you need the right. Ganda nga sabi mo, you need the right people. You have to be in the right environment. And I like to, and I think that your career and where you're gonna go is just proof of that. And I hope that whoever watch and listen to this, you guys get inspired in your own way, whatever industry you may be. To all the intellectually curious and ambitious young Filipinos, hope you enjoyed the story of David Yuhico. David, for sure, hopefully, diba, in a few years, you can have another one of these and just have a quick checkup. I want to know, I really do want to witness then where this career of yours is going to take. So thanks, man.
I want to know too. So yeah.